Brother Boogie here, always from the heart. We all have the same 24 hours, and what you do with it will determine where you're going to be at in life. Now, when you don't take the time to properly assess everything that you're going to do throughout the day, everything that you're going to do throughout the week, then the time that you do have or you think you have will be spent up on meaningless activities because you didn't plan them out. Either you make a plan or you're planning to fail. And for me, I'd rather make a plan because we all know how it feels to fail, right? It's a learning lesson, but if we can change that or foresee that by planning properly, then I think that's the best way to go. Remember, what you do each and every single day counts, and it has to be consistent on the goal, in alignment with the goal. Whatever you want to do in life, wherever you're headed, stay focused. We all have the same 24 hours. If you're not doing what it is that is required of you, then don't complain. Don't tell your friends and family how you're doing bad because you aren't the one putting in the work. It's not going to be easy. There is no get rich quick scheme. There's no shortcuts in life. You have to do the work that's required to get you where you want to be. And if it was easy, everybody would have it. And I know you heard, but what you do each day, day in, day out, start to look at that. Start to look at what you do day in, day out. And that's what's going to help you realize what you do need to do. Some of us are so unconscious of our habits that the 24 hours that we do have to spend each day, we're spending improperly. Constantly, like consistently spending improper time because we made being inconsistent a habit. Those bad habits are habits as well. When you neglect, that's a habit. When you scroll on social media versus working on your business plan, that's a habit that you build up. You build a resistance against being productive. Now, every time you're productive and you're a little bit bored or it comes a little challenging, you hop on social media to relieve some stress, to relieve some dopamine, because you always want to be entertained. You always want to get instant gratification. But the real work, you don't get instant gratification. You're going to fail. You're going to run into obstacles. You're going to run into all sorts of things. But when you day in, day out, use your 24 hours wisely, plan out what you want to do, you're going to get where you want to go. So I think it's good for us to stop spending our time unconsciously and start being very conscious about the 24 hours that we do have in our day. And you take that time to look at what's important in your life, the things that you need to tackle, what you need to fix in your life, or what you have time to make better. I hear so many people say they don't have time. You do have time. You're not consciously spending your time effectively. Now, when you do that, you'll start to see, I do have time. I'm just not spending it right. So today, take the time to spend your 24 hours right. That's why you can't look at another man and be upset, or a woman and be upset at them. It's what they're doing that's putting them in a position. Everything you've done, all the choices you've made up until now is what gets you where you're at. So think about what you've done to get you where you're at and look at if that's what's going to help you get to where you're headed. And if it's not, start to take the time back for yourself to write down what's going to work, what's not going to work, and how you're going to do it, and stick to it no matter what. When you stick to it, it'll get easier. The resistance gets less. And then from there, you'll start to be stronger, smarter, faster, wiser. Every day, it won't be hard for you to get up and be like, okay, today is another day that I get to work on my craft, or I get to do what I love. Because now you'll be excited. You'll have a motive because you've prioritized and you plan your 24 hours out or your day out. And now you know where you're headed. So I think it's good for us to start planning out our days and to be very intentional and to be consistent with our actions. Consistency is what brings you to goal. When you see someone do something day in, day out, over and over and over and over again, it's respectable. That consistency is respectable. You owe it to yourself to be consistent. We all consistently do the bad. Let's start to consistently do the right thing. Let's see where that gets us in life. That's exciting to know that our consistent behavior can make us a much better person, can develop a much better person. That sounds great. I think it sounds great. And if you don't think it sounds great, then you're lost, obviously, in life, because being on point and in clear and then on track in life is where it's at. Because you get everything you want from there, you start to know how to get everything you want. You're no longer in the unknown. You're now in the known. So let's get in the known and let's stop being unknown. Brotha Boogi, always from the heart. Peace. And if this is your first time here, drop a like on the video, subscribe. I upload videos frequently about personal development. I like to have conversations with you about how to raise your frequency, how to step up to your power. I have plenty of videos on there about that. Let's get motivated in this year. Let's do something we've never done so we can be who we've never been. Brotha Boogi, peace.